What's up, everyone? All right, so the verdict is in. Is TD Ameritrade a suitable broker for day trading? And I would say the short answer is yes. But there's a lot of nuances that you need to understand about using TD Ameritrade for active day trading. And so what I'm going to do during this video is I'm going to show you some side-by-side comparison of me using TD Ameritrade while at the same time using a direct access broker, which historically are faster and are more popular among traders. I'm going to show you a couple of the ways that I kind of changed the settings in TD Ameritrade to make it run faster so it would be more suitable for my strategy of trading. Now, as always, if you guys have questions, you have comments on this video, please leave them below. If you want to download my layout to TD Ameritrade, I'll put a link below where you can check that out. And if you enjoy these videos, give me the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so on my screen right now, you can see the Thinkorswim platform. Now, the first thing that I did in order to get this to run a little faster was increasing the memory usage from 768 up to 6144. So now when I go to log in, what's gonna happen is the platform will run a little bit faster. So I'm gonna log myself in here. Now, one of the things that I'm also gonna show you is two other settings that will help you as an active day trader make the most of the platform. These settings will basically make the platform run faster. More speed means more accuracy and hopefully more profit in your pocket as a trader. So now that I've got TD Ameritrade up, let me bring this up to my main screen so you guys can see my layout. This is kind of my the layout that I've been using for the last few, well, I guess for the last few weeks. I've just kind of had it set up really right like this. Now, I'll pull up my standard trading platform, which is Lightspeed. So this is a platform that I use for day trading pretty much every single day. And I'm also going to pull up a platform here called Sterling, which is a piece of software that we use for our students who are trading in the simulator. But you can also use the Sterling trading software to trade with real money with Lightspeed, with Centerpoint, with CMEG, really with over a dozen different brokers that license the Sterling software. So the nice thing about learning Sterling is that you can trade that software with a lot of different brokers. You're not tied to one broker. Of course, when you learn to trade with TD Ameritrade, you're really stuck with TD Ameritrade because they're the only ones that offer the Thinkorswim platform. Now, I generally find the platform to not be intuitive in the way that an active trader trades. And so let's start at sort of the very beginning of why I feel that way. Well, this is their trade. You click on the trade tab and then you go to active trader. And typically what I'm looking for is a level 2 window, which is what this is, and an order entry window. And you can see I've got the same thing right here in Lightspeed. It's the level 2 window and the order entry window. Now, what these windows give me the ability to do is to see what the stock is doing right now in terms of the price. And I can set up an order. So let's say this stock STC, I want to buy it at 225. I can put the order right there, 225, and then I can just keep my mouse over the buy button. And the second I'm ready to take that trade, all I have to do is click buy, and I'm in. That for me is really helpful. Now, in terms of direct access routing, if I want to send this to ARCA, BATS, EdgeX, Lightspeed, NASDAQ, I can choose which route I send it to. Those of you guys that don't understand direct access routing, just to give you kind of a quick summary of what it is, basically what we have here on the level 2 is the market for that stock. And the market has the best bid and the best ask, which is the best buyer and the lowest price seller. And so there is the market for this stock. Every stock has its own market of best buyers and best sellers. Well, buyers and sellers all have to access the market in one way or another. Now, if you use Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, the way you would access the market would generally be just by clicking, and I'll turn off the auto send, but it would just be by clicking right here and then pressing the buy button, all right? So you would just be able to click and press the buy button, and you don't really know exactly how your order is getting sent to the market. Whereas with a direct access broker, you know that you're sending this order straight through NASDAQ. So if I place this order here with NASDAQ to buy at 25, I'll see NSDQ right here at the market. It's a very quick connection of like, okay, that's my order. I'm sending the order right to the market. Whereas a big broker like TD Ameritrade or E-Trade, they often reroute your orders and you don't really
often see them or know kind of where they show up. And so you're a little bit disconnected from the market in that way. And that disconnection also creates a little bit of latency or lag between when you send your order and when you get filled. And I'll show you some examples of that lag. So my first kind of disappointment with TD Ameritrade is that I don't have a level 2 window that I'm able to also attach an order entry window to, kind of like this. And that's really all I want, is a nice clean order entry window so I can pull up the stock, I can click here, and then I can click the buy or sell button. It's standard with most other brokers. It's also standard with E-Trade, but I'll never use E-Trade again. You guys can check out the video of my E-Trade review of why that's the case. TD Ameritrade, despite not having this order entry window, I can still work with. And the reason is because of these buttons right up here. So if you click, when you're in the active trader window, you go over here to active trader. And when you click on that, it pulls up this whole window right here, this area. And this is where we see the current market for the stock. So, you know, I could put an order for 100 shares or whatever the case is. I click buy. Right now, because I have auto send turned off, it's going to prompt me with this, this little confirm. But once you click the auto send, as soon as you press that button, it's going to send your order instantaneously. So you're going to go right to the market, which is terrific. So my process for using TD Ameritrade was, I would see a stock I like, ASTC. I would typically have it set for 1,000 shares, and I would click buy market or buy the ask. Now you guys know that I don't usually like to use market orders. However, one thing that TD Ameritrade doesn't have is an offset. So right here, if I want to get in, the ask is 22. So this would be right here. I click this and it's 22. Now if I click down here, it pulls up 29, 35, and 37. You see how my order updates based on where I click. Well, that's nice because if I want to get in at 19, and let's say I want to buy, you know, 100,000 shares, there's not 100,000 shares for sale at that price. So that means I'll have to buy shares from a seller at 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 until my order is filled. And sometimes even with 1,000 shares, you click the buy button, and right now there's only, there's 1,800 shares for sale. There's only 300 shares for sale right there at 17. So because of that, if I clicked buy the ask, I wouldn't fill the entire order. And so as a result, I started using the buy market. Now, you can use hotkeys with TD Ameritrade, which is cool. You go to settings up here, go to application settings, and then you go over to hotkeys. The downside is that the hotkeys are very limited, which means this is a hotkey I set up for shift 1, buy market. And what that means is it's going to send a buy market order for whatever I've typed in here as my share size. And then control Z is sell market. So I'm going to sell at market whatever I have typed in right here in my share size. So I can't really sell half or something like that. Let's look over here, both in Sterling and in Lightspeed. I can go to view and I can go to settings. I can go down here to hotkeys, and this button right here, control X, this sells half of my position 5 cents below the bid. So to be able to customize a hotkey like that really empowers me as a trader to do exactly what I want. Get in quickly, get out quickly with the press of a button. Unfortunately, with TD Ameritrade, it ends up being a lot more clicking and less keyboard, because you got to click here, and then you got to click here, and then you got to type here. And that is all going to take time. And that's time that a stock could be squeezing up and you're not selling, or dropping down and you're still holding the bag, which is never a good thing. So let me show you one of the videos of me trading with TD Ameritrade. Let me pull this up here. So this is a day here where, let's see, I'm going to trade both in my Lightspeed account on the left and in my TD Ameritrade account on the right. All right, so let's see. And I want to show you when I take my first trade. So, well, just to show you first, this is a trade I take in Lightspeed. So let's look at how fast this order goes through. I'm taking a trade on CEI. All right, so I'm watching it right here. Look at that. That's a crazy fast order. I press the buy button and almost instantaneously, my order is shown up. Let's watch that again. Click, I'm in. And just like that, I'm up, down $49. I was up $10. I mean, that's how quickly you can get into a trade with Lightspeed. Now let's show when I press the buy button over at TD Ameritrade what happens. So we're going to zoom here over to TD Ameritrade. Let's see, I haven't taken my first trade over there yet. Okay, here we go. Okay, so with TD Ameritrade, looks like I've got my hand on the buy button. So I'm ready to press it. I'm gonna back this up here. Okay, so, and it looks like I'm in right now at 410 in my small account. So I've got my hand on the buy button. Oh, let's go back and play that one more time. So hands on the buy button, I click it, and you can see that I fill pretty quickly. You know, honestly, I was pretty impressed. Is it as fast? No, because I click buy right here. So it took like maybe a second and a half for my order to show up. So it took a little bit longer, a little bit slower. Now, that's probably okay for most day trades. And that's why I would say that TD Ameritrade's a pretty great platform for day trading, but it's not quite as good as Lightspeed. It's not quite as fast. So there I'm in at 14. And now, of course, the only way for me to get out quickly is just to press the sell market button, right? Now, when I press the sell market button, I'm just gonna hit the bid and get out. In my Lightspeed account, what I would do instead is I would say, well, I'm not gonna press the sell market button. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna go under hotkeys settings, and I'm gonna try to get the best price by selling at the ask. I'm gonna sell my whole position at the ask price. Now, you can do that. You can click join the ask right here, but then if it doesn't work, you gotta click the cancel all button. And again, I scripted these to hotkeys, so you can work a little faster, but I discovered that the platform is not as quick to respond. And if you try to push it too hard, you can get yourself jammed up. And I did get myself jammed up on one trade where I pushed the platform a little too hard, trying to take trades too quickly, and I ended up with a position that I wasn't expecting to have. And that ended up costing me about $900. So let's look at that sell. All right, so I press the sell market button. I click, boom, working, and then it's gone. So, you know, in like, you know, by most standards, that's pretty fast, right? By most standards, clicking buy and clicking sell and having it go that fast is good. By Lightspeed standards, you know, Lightspeed sets a little bit of a new standard. Let's watch that again. My buy order, look at how fast that was. So sometimes traders, you know, will ask me, Ross, you know, how are you able to trade so quickly? And a lot of that does come down to the software. It's not to say that you can't make money with TD Ameritrade. I'll show you, you know, of course, today's a day, or on this recording, this was a day where I made $300 there. And I'll show you a couple other recordings where I did quite well there as well. All right, so that's that for that recording. So let me pull that back out and let's check out another one. All right, so I'm gonna check out this recording here. This was one, let's see, this is a stock called APRN. All right, so let's see. There's CDI. Again, you can see how fast the trades go through on the Lightspeed side. Let me back that up real quick. So let's watch. I'm going to click the buy button right here. Clicked it, and I'm in instantaneously. Instantaneous execution. All right, now let's go to, let's see. So this is a trade that I took here. So let's watch this. So I'm about to click the buy button. Clicked it. All right, I got my 2,000 shares, a little slow to fill. We break that level, I click sell market. Well, unfortunately on this one, the bid drops down, and now I've got an issue where my order's just kind of, you know, I sold 2,000 shares at 48, and I'm trying to decide, well, what do I do? Now it's dropping a little bit more. I want to sell the ask, but I kind of, you know, so now I'm in this situation where I wasn't able to move as quickly as I would have liked to have, and the loss is sort of compounding and getting a little bit bigger. So not ideal there. and I end up holding that for a while, kind of just, now I'm sort of deer in the headlights on it, because it's like, well, I really wanted to get out of it sooner, so I gave back my $300 of profit there. Whereas in Lightspeed, I'm up 942 trading the same stock. All right, so now let's look at APRN. Okay, so this is an interesting one. Okay, so APRN, I click buy. Watch this. APRN. Click, and I clicked it twice. So what happened there? Why did that order window pop up on the second trade? Because I should be holding 4,000 shares of this, right? And now I'm out with $474 of profit. Not bad. But I clicked it twice. The first order went through. And so that's when I discovered that in the settings, what you need to do in TD Ameritrade is you need to go to your settings, application settings. You need to go to active trader and bring this from 500 milliseconds down to 0. Because what it's doing is it's stopping a double click from being 2 trades. Probably because there's some people that just naturally double click on everything and they don't intend to take 2 trades. So you've got to turn that down to order submission rate of 0. And while you're in here, what you also want to do is go to system and change your quote speed to real time, no delay. Both of those will help speed up your trading. So I learned some of this through, trial and error. And this was an example of a trade where, my executions were pretty fast, but I should have made twice what I made, 2 times what I made, because I wanted 4,000 shares. I only got filled 2,000 because of that, that feature in the platform. All right, so as it turns out, the stock comes back down, so probably it was, for the best. All right, so let's see. So let's look at another one here. So now I'm going to show you an instance of where the platform kind of failed, where it kind of let me down. All right, so on this one, let's see. It looks like we're on CEI again, and it looks like I did the old double click. All right, so watch this. So I click buy. I'm about to click buy, 1, and it popped up this, even though I had auto send turned on. So I was like, what the heck? So right now the platform's actually glitching because auto send is checked and this should be executing. And so this is very interesting. And this was an issue that I brought to the attention of TD Ameritrade because I said, this is not acceptable. It says that I have 2 market orders and both of them say they're working. But my position shows as 0 shares. So I was like, what's happening? Note, this is right here. My net position shows 4,000 shares. Right there, it shows 4,000. But right here, it shows 0. And right down here, it shows my quantity is 0. So what I'm now going to do, I'm confused about what's happening. I've never seen this happen before. And so I'm going to right click my working order and I'm going to cancel it because I see how I'm scrolling around. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I'm like, all right, cancel order. Cancel order. That's weird. I guess my order just, for some reason, didn't execute. Here's the thing though, it did execute. And I'm actually holding 4,000 shares right now and I don't know it. I can't tell because I don't see anything right here and I don't see anything down here. And that's obviously a problem. Now, what I didn't notice was right here, 1037. This is showing the order that just executed at 38, and I didn't notice that. So if I go back here, you'll see kind of like right here where I guess that happened. But I didn't notice that. And so that's where you could say, oh, well, Ross, you weren't paying attention. And maybe that's because I'm not really good with a platform, but I still would say that it's unacceptable for a platform to accept your order and not update to show that you're holding the position. That's crazy, right? That doesn't make sense. So this was really frustrating for me. And what ended up happening, believe it or not, is I left, I went and had lunch, had a great lunch, and I ended up coming back like 2 hours later. 2 hours later, I come back and when I come back to my computer, it still shows that I'm not holding the position. And so I end up, typing in a different symbol. And then I go back to CEI and it shows that I'm holding 4,000 shares and I'm down like $1,200. Now you guys know how volatile the market can be. Something like that, I mean, that could destroy a small account. So now let's look at this on IFMK, because the same thing happened over here. So IFMK, once again, on this one, I'm going to click the buy button. It pops up the order. And maybe in this case, did I press send? I think I just pressed send. Send. And nothing happened. So I was like, what is going on with this platform? Now, anecdotally, I heard that a lot of people on this day, because I did a video recap on it, a daily recap, other people complained that they were having problems with TD Ameritrade. And some people were speculating that maybe it's because of free commissions. So many more people are trading on the platform that's why this happened. I have no idea. I haven't used the platform long enough to know if this type of thing is a regular occurrence. But obviously my order didn't go through on IFMK. So I had the same issue, even though auto send was clicked. Auto send was clicked and I pressed buy market. It popped up this window and it didn't go through. So, you know, and this one never went through. The order never went through. I never got a position on it. You know, and then again, hours later, I come back and discovered that I'm holding 4,000 shares of CEI. And on that day, my account was only at like 25,500. So that put my account below the PDT minimum. And basically I blew up an account. You know, I mean, I had to go add more money to it to keep trading. And I was frustrated and disappointed. All right, so now let's take a look at a day where the platform really did succeed quite well. So this is going to be a trade on APDN. This will be a series of trades that I took on APDN. This stock squeezing up, moving quickly. And actually on this particular day, let's see. Let me look for my first trade on APDN. Okay, here's the first trade. So I'm going to click buy market twice. 1, 2. So watch this. 1, 2. Just like that. And now because I've turned off that setting and brought it down to 0, the order's at instantaneous. But I'm only holding 3,400 shares because I used, well, actually, no. It's just filling kind of slowly. All right, so it filled kind of slowly, whatever. So I'm holding 6,000 shares of this stock. And this is a nice entry, 877. The stock is going to rip through $9. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'm actually going to use the ladder. All right, so I'm going to use the ladder. Let me go back to where I do it. Okay, so I'm going to use the ladder right here. And first I click join the ask, and I've got a 3,000 share order on the ask at 96. And then what I decide to do is use the ladder to scroll up here from 858. I'm going to scroll up to $9. 903, 904, 905, and I'm going to put orders up on the ask to sell. And that means as soon as the stock rips through 9, my orders will fill automatically. So the current price here is 9. Well, actually, it's showing the current price is 9,901. That's usually the price spot, but that's obviously not the case. So a little bit of, I don't know, latency there. But in any case, I'm going to put up orders. I put one at 809. 1 at 98, 1 at 808, 801, 99, and 808. And then I'm going to scroll up a little further. And I'm going to put another one, I think, at, I don't know, I thought I put another one a little higher than that, but maybe I didn't. All right, so in any case, I'm now waiting for the stock to rip through $9. Oops, so there we go. So we just got that rip there. So watch it here. There's 9. And boom, as it rips through, my orders are getting filled. So now I'm kind of like on autopilot because of the way I've set up my orders on the order entry ladder. Now, it's not to say that you couldn't do the exact same thing with TD Ameritrade or with E-Trade, with Lightspeed, just by clicking and actually saying, you know, I want to put my sell order, let's say, you know, I'm going to put a sell order at 63. I'm going to put another one, oh, it's not shortable, but let's just say I'll put one at 63, I'll put one at 303, and you just press the sell button. So, you know, PING. I'll say, oh, I'm going to put a sell order, you know, 1 share, whatever. I'm going to put one at 1926. I'm going to put one, oops, go down to 1 share. This is the one I want to be on. I want to put one at 66, and I want to put one at, let's say 96. All right, now the second I'm like, oh, actually I changed my mind, Control Q, canceled all the open orders. Here, I did set up the hotkey to cancel my open orders. I went to hotkeys, Control Q, cancel all. So, I've got it set up so I can do that, but I just found that this is not quite as fast. It's not quite as responsive. It doesn't, it just wasn't quite as quick. Again, not to say that you can't make money on it. Let's go back to that video. I'm up $2,800 on this stock right now. So the stock's going to keep going higher. On my next trade, let's zoom into it. My next trade on TD. Well, we can look at a trade that I take right here if we want. This is a trade that I'm going to take in my Lightspeed account on the left. So I'm about to click the buy button. Clicked it. I'm in at 69. Instantaneous fill. Super, super fast. We'll go over to TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade, for me, it's kind of like, it's almost good training in a way for trading with a direct access broker. Because if you can make money in TD, you're going to do incredible in a direct access broker. You'll only make more money. But the problem is, and see how my order filled there, kind of slow, but not bad. So it's kind of like those baseball players that are swinging the bat with that weight on the end of it. Like they're getting ready, they're kind of getting themselves up. It kind of feels like trading with TD Ameritrade's kind of like jogging with like heavy boots on. Can I do it? Absolutely. Can I make money? Yes, absolutely. Is it as fast as a direct access platform? No. But it has one thing that this doesn't have, and it's that it's free. Free commissions, no commissions. And that's a really compelling offer. That's something that's hard to, turn your back on. And so that's one of the reasons I do really like TD Ameritrade. It's the best platform of the platforms out there that are free. Now, prior to them dropping commissions and going to free trading, it was like, I don't know, $3 or $4 for every trade. And Lightspeed is only $2 for every trade. So at that time, Lightspeed was the clear winner. But now, with Lightspeed continuing to be $2 for every trade, plus ECN fees, which is kind of like your toll for using a direct access route. And just to kind of break down the math for you, typically it's 0.002 per share. So 1,000 shares times 0.002, that's an extra $2. All right, so you trade 10,000 shares, it's going to be an extra $20. You trade 100,000 shares, it's going to be an extra $200. And there's days where I've traded 100,000 shares. So I've got $200 then in ECN fees. Plus, if I took 20 different trades, I've got another $40 in commissions. So you're talking about $240 in fees and commissions. Whereas those same trades in TD, all entirely free. So in the last year and a half, I've spent over $150,000 in commissions. And that's what really got me asking myself, is TD Ameritrade worth it? Can I deal with the fact that it's a little bit slower and have an extra $150,000 in my pocket? Now, at the same time, over that $150,000, I've taken about 4,000 trades. So, if you figure over the course of 4,000 trades, an extra $10 on each of those trades would be 40 grand. An extra $20 on each of those trades would be 80 grand. If I was making an extra $50 or $60 on every trade on average in Lightspeed because I'm a little faster, that more than fills the gap in commission. So I want to say and really believe that what I spend in Lightspeed is totally worth it. And that every penny I spend, I get back in faster executions and getting in and out exactly where I want. But having traded with TD Ameritrade, I can tell you that it's really not bad. And depending on the strategy that you trade, it could work really well for you. And the commissions being zero, again, it's really compelling. So, I'm back in here on Lightspeed, taking these really quick trades right there. I just don't think I could have traded that fast in TD, even with the hotkeys. And the occasional glitch in the platform, that one cost me $1,200, but you guys know some of these stocks are so volatile that a mess up like that, potentially on a stock that's up 100%, could cost me $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. It could have been the biggest loss of my career. If I'd been holding 12,000 shares because I kept clicking the buy button, and I walk away and I come back and I'm down $3 a share. That could have been the difference between a good year and a bad year just from one trade. So that's pretty scary. And hopefully that doesn't continue to happen, although I've heard other people say it's happened to them. And knock on wood, it's never happened to me at Lightspeed, and I've been trading there for years. So, I think it's kind of one of those things that it depends on your strategy. And if you have a strategy that depends on being able to buy a stock at $11.50 and quickly sell it at $12 before it gets halted going up, if you want to see those circuit breaker halt levels, you're probably going to want Lightspeed. Now I can see when this stock is going to get halted. It's showing me right here, 1264. You can't see that on TD Ameritrade. They don't have that information. This is something that direct access brokers will have, but Ameritrade doesn't have it. So if you trade a large cap strategy, if you trade a swing trade strategy, this is fine. If you trade my strategy and you don't mind not being equipped with every single tool, you'd probably be fine. And see how fast I sold that 1,000 shares at 12? Let's just look back at that for 1 second. Because I just, jumped in there for the quick break. And where was that trade? Well, it doesn't matter that much. But, it just goes to show how quickly you can trade with this platform if you want to move quickly. So I have hopefully helped give you a little bit of an understanding of my 2 cents on TD Ameritrade. And I went in skeptical, and I'm coming out with the real belief that this is a great platform. It may not be great for every single strategy, but it really is a pretty great platform, and I would recommend it for most of my students. With the caveat that I do think Lightspeed will be faster and better, but when you're trying to save money on commissions, sometimes it is going to make sense to go the route of TD Ameritrade as you're getting started. And then once you've proven you can be profitable there, then at that point, switching over to something like Lightspeed or the Sterling platform with any of the numerous brokers that do support it. And I also walked you guys through some of the settings, the application settings, first on the launch screen where you type in, where you upgrade the memory. Second one, bringing active trader down to 0. And third, going on system and bring your quote speed to real time. Those of you guys auto send right here turns off the confirmation, so you can get in just with a click and you can trade really quickly. To make Lightspeed or to make TD Ameritrade a better platform, I would ask them to create offsets in the hotkeys and allow you to customize that you're selling based on your position size, because that would be awesome. That would make it so much faster. I would also love to have an order entry window, something like this, that you could pop up as an active trader. The trade window that they have, this is what it is. And that just doesn't allow you to type in your orders. And to me, it's super clumsy to click here and then have to go in here and click edit. And then from edit, click, that doesn't work for an active trader. So I think their platform could definitely be improved upon. But the question is, do they really cater to active traders? Are we the target demographic? And I think that we're probably not. So I don't know that we'll see those improvements anytime soon. But if we do, it would make an even more compelling argument for me to use TD Ameritrade more and Lightspeed less.
All right, you guys, so that's it. I'd love for you guys to give me your feedback, your thoughts, your comments below. As always, I respond to every comment posted on my channel. And if you do want to download my layout for TD Ameritrade, I'll put the link down below and you can download the latest version that I'm using right now, even if you're watching this 6 months from now, a year from now, or 2 years from now. All right, so as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. All right, see you guys soon. Hey. Did you know that I go live every single morning between 9 and 9:15 to stream my pre-market watch list? Subscribe to the channel, press the bell for the alert, and you'll get the notification.